What if I told you that the best opportunities to achieve financial freedom in a short period of time in crypto is actually during the bear markets? So let's discuss some strategies we can implement to take full advantage of opportunities that the bear market presents and how to get yourself in the best possible position to achieve that financial freedom. So bull markets are fun and exciting. Why? Because when cryptocurrencies are hitting all-time highs, that means that everyone's in the green, everyone's in profit, everybody's happy. However, even though the bull market feels good, it's the bear markets that are going to actually make you rich. And a key fact that we do need to be mindful of during the market drops and pullbacks is when the biggest wealth transfer occurs. This is when people let their emotions take over and it drives all of their investment decisions. So the most powerful emotion that leads to the worst investment decisions is FOMO. And this is the fear of missing out, and it's the missing out on opportunities and on the profits. So you tend to see that when there's a significant drop in the market or when there's a major pullback that hits, people get scared, they panic, and they will tend to sell their positions. So in order for a sell in the market to occur, there needs to be a willing buyer for this. You can't sell if there isn't anybody who's willing to buy. So when you see mass sell-offs from people who are scared, it transfers the wealth into the braver buyers. If you actually think about it, are people who buy during mass sell-offs, are they brave or are they actually just quite smart? You should consider these two facts that have been proven time and time again. Number one, so in bear markets, this is where we can accumulate more for less. Whereas in bull markets, this is when we accumulate less for more. Or for example, if you're investing £100 during a bear market, this will give you a higher percentage of a token than if you were to put that same £100 in during a bull market. Number two is that bear markets, they always come to an end and they don't last forever. It probably does feel like forever, or maybe not forever, maybe just a really long time. And it's because they can be quite boring for most people. But bear markets, they do always eventually turn into a bear market. So the best way to avoid emotional decision making is by adopting a wealth mindset and implementing a proven strategy like we talked about in a previous video, and sticking to that no matter what. So let's discuss your mindset in the crypto markets. People get scared, and when people get scared, logic and facts tend to go out of the window. And as crazy as it sounds, facts and logic aren't a part of the mindset that you need to achieve and maintain wealth. Belief is what will create and drive our mindsets, and what you believe in will either keep you exactly where you are or help you get to where you want to become, who you want to be, and ultimately the life that you want to be living for yourself. So I've broken down 5 powerful beliefs that we can adopt to help us create financial freedom. So number one is you should believe that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Although there are cycles, although another bull market and bear market will likely come around, you should believe that this is once in a lifetime. We need to recognize and accept that it's our unique opportunity to generate and accumulate potentially massive amounts of wealth in unusually short periods of time for this. Belief number 2 is that fiat, such as the pound and the dollar, it's a failing economic experiment. We've seen this especially through the COVID pandemic. We all seen that those that are closest to the money printers tend to get the money and the rest kind of trickles down from there. We have seen that politicians and the government, they don't work for us, they work for corporations. And fiat systems, they are one of the main reasons that there's such a huge gap between lower and middle class people and obviously the wealthiest of people. So it's important to understand that the fiat systems, they are failed. They don't work for the mass majority, for the kind of average person like you and me. It really does only serve the smallest amount that hold the highest amount of wealth. And belief number 3 is that we are still early. Believe it or not, many people may disagree with this, but I think that any time before a full-blown bull run, when we're in a bear market, is early to be investing. So many people feel like they missed the boat or they're too late into it, when in reality, we are just getting started. There's so many people that have never heard of a Bitcoin blockchain or cryptocurrencies, and there's people who are complaining about getting in late. So I believe that we've only achieved a tiny percentage of how cryptocurrency can progress in the future. And belief number 4 is that crypto really is the key to financial freedom. And this is probably the most powerful belief that you can adopt and embrace and use to create the financial freedom. If you just keep on believing it, it will eventually come true. People may say that's delusional, maybe it is, but I strongly believe in that. And number 5 is consistent investing practices. This really is the key to success during the times when the market's take a nosedive. Some people that had great positions sold due to FUD or fear and uncertainty and doubt, and at the end of the day, the markets are based on manipulation and human feelings. So if you're going to be successful as a cryptocurrency investor, you need to adopt and consistently follow an investment strategy, which brings us to the second best way we can avoid emotional decision making. And this is implementing a chosen strategy and sticking to it no matter what. So what's worked well for most people that have managed to experience a small amount or a large amount of success in cryptocurrency is adopting the DCA strategy. So dollar cost averaging is when you decide on a certain amount of funds that you would like to put towards an investment at a certain frequency. So for example, you decide that on every Friday morning, you're going to start investing $100 into Bitcoin once per week. This would be regardless of the price, and what happens is that you then decrease your exposure to the price volatility on it. I probably wouldn't recommend doing £100 per week. This was just an example because you do need to consider the gas fees and everything like that, but just as an easy example. And remember that in crypto, consistent investing practices are the key to success for it. Decide on your strategy and be consistent in how you execute it. And one of the best advantages to bear markets that most people completely miss out on is when people do get scared and they sell, or they get bored and they turn their attention elsewhere. Sometimes we're good, sometimes they wait until the kind of next full cycle. This is a time where we see all of the media hype dies down, all your crypto chats, Discords, Twitters, etc. Everything goes quiet. Project development tends to slow down or it comes to a halt altogether. And the whole crypto space just kind of pretty much hibernates for the winter. And it does sound hopeless and unfortunate, but bear markets are gifts and most of us won't recognise or bother to redeem them. So here's the deal with bear markets. They give us time to build without distractions and accumulate more wealth at much lower cost. So the crypto winter, as we're going to call it for just now, is the perfect time to increase your active income and allow you to then increase your DCA and ultimately increase your overall profit. So we'll go over a couple of good opportunities that we can take advantage of to fully optimize our chances on becoming a millionaire. This would obviously be dependent on how much you're investing. So 1, active income. Active income is how most people make money. So this is your job, your career, maybe you're in a 9 to 5 or a business that you started, and you actively operate on your side hustles for extra income. So personally, my main job, I have a shop that I run with my dad. He's ran it for a ridiculous amount of time. I think he's owned the shop since I think the 80s. I work in there full time and I love it, but it's never going to make me a substantial amount of income. So once the bear market had hit, I took the time to take on a second job, and I was working as a receptionist in a local gym. Did I enjoy it? No, I did not. Would I do it again? No, I would not go back to working there. But it was a terrible place to work, but it was an additional income source. But it also wasn't giving me the active income that I needed in order to rebuild my position that I had obviously lost in the bear market. So I switched to a remote online working job. So this means that I can work as much or as little as I want. I just have to give them kind of when I'm available and they will schedule me in. And it's put me in a much more favourable position for the bull run because it's increased my income, which I've then been able to funnel directly back into the markets. And I also use a lot of time in the bear market to research and educate myself on where I went wrong previously, why did the previous run not work out for me like it did for other people, and how can I ensure that I am successful this time around. And number 2, another reason that bear markets are a positive thing is that you can get organized. So during the bull cycle, things get frantic and things move very quickly. And before you know it, it's got all out of hand. You've got crypto all over the place. It's in different wallets, different exchanges. So the bear markets are the perfect time to kind of slow down, take a step back and learn how to set up and use your hardware wallets. So this will allow you to safely and securely store all of your crypto in one place for the long term. So that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think about this bear market strategy. What other things should we be doing during bear markets to continue accumulating wealth? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.